Hampstead in Hertfordshire and number 10 seed Behemoth.
Fighting in their 6th wars, the number 10 seed.
You are the number 10 seed. Have you done any modifications to the robot this year?
Well, since the last wars, we've completely stripped the robot down, rebuilt everything and fixed any minor faults we had. So we've replaced the link, we've upgraded all the fittings in there. Stuff's not held in with gaffer tape anymore, so it hopefully won't fall out.
Tell me what exactly your weapons are.
Well, on the front here, we've got this lifter, which can pick up over 300 kilos very quickly. We've also coupled it with this axe, which comes over the top, and we can grab onto the opponents, damage them, and lift them up at the same time, so we can get them to the edge of the arena and out.
A 6-wheeled robot with a large flipping scoop and axe has never been beaten in 6 first-round battles, but then has found the pit too often. In the arena for the house robots, we have Shunt, we have Dead Metal. And we're ready to rock and roll.
2, 1.
Behemoth, strong, heavy, already slamming into Tartarus, surely here just for show. The secret agent story, tut tut. Crushtacean, you know, they're a worthy machine. UFO, if it had a flippability factor, would have used a flipper there. It's low pressure, and as you heard from Mark and Belinda Hamilton beforehand, I don't think it's working. Crushtacean tossed, that's okay, it's invertible. Can run both ways up, in other words. You see UFO in underneath, but they can't flip. They've come into the war zone, UFO, without a weapon. Behemoth looking on with Anthony Pritchard and Kane Aston. The danger for Crushtacean is if it gets pushed out of the arena, but it's away. And scuttling across the arena floor, the ref spot in your picture there. Behemoth has sensed the main danger to it here will come from Crushtacean and is taking on Crushtacean at will. And at the moment, we can't see any use in those claws. Young Dominic has the special gizmo gloves on with no effect. UFO driving in. Well, they do have a weapon of sorts, I guess, and that is in their wedge shape. And already Tartarus prepared to be counted out. And Crushtacean, now the claws. Just a little bit of movement as Shunt comes in and the countdown to oblivion for Tartarus. Well, they were hardly flying Dutchman, and they're about to leave Robot Wars. Martin Scholten and Brian Cattler, and out they go. Part dragon, part frog. Well, it didn't give us a dragonfly nor a frog hop, but Crushtacean did. They've hopped out. Now, for me, that is a shot because it means UFO will go through with Behemoth. We know already Tartarus have long gone, but I didn't expect UFO to survive. And they have used that wedge-shaped design well when you consider the flipper isn't really working. Nothing on Tartarus work, by the way. Hardly anything. UFO, I'll tell you what, could go on here and cause a surprise. As this heat unfolds, they don't want to get caught side on by a machine like Behemoth. Cease's call, both go through, of course. And I wonder if that bash has done UFO's electronics any good.
Well, the Behemoth boys are back and they're angry. They go through along with UFO!
I've got to say, in round 1, I was so impressed. It looked absolutely astonishing out there.
Yes.
Do you think you're going to beat Mute?
I'm not going to say anything. Things happen always round 2 for the last 2 wars. We've always found the pit, so I'm not going to say anything.
Do you have tactics?
We've got to talk about that so far, but they're a flipper bot, so it's going to be a bit of jumping around in there.
Yeah, it's going to be very manic in there. We self-right, they self-right, so it's going to be very manic, that's for sure.
Mute.
So they think Shunt's axe is rubbish. We will have our revenge. Adam Emmett in the middle driving.
Behemoth.
Slower, steadier, stronger perhaps. Anthony Pritchard and Kane Aston, very experienced.
Roboteers, stand by.
Yellow and black warning stripes on Behemoth. The warning sounded out to the house robots like Matilda. And in the arena with her. Oh, good to see Mr. Psycho for the first time. Seems in good form, doesn't he? But there's dirt under those fingernails, I think.
3.
You tell him.
2. 1. Activate.
So, out they come. This for a place in the Heat final. Behemoth turning. Mute, dashing and dapper. The quicker of the two. The lighter of the two. You won't be surprised to hear that. Only 4 kilos in it, mind you. Behemoth with a scoop. And Mute flipping itself right up in the air and over. It wasn't Behemoth that did this. It was Mute's own flipper. Hopped right up over Behemoth. Remember I said it has 4 kilos of CO2 on board, but it could use it up if it continues flipping like that. And look at Behemoth! They're stuck on the arena sidewall, and they need to get out of here. The number 10 seeds very, very quickly. Is that panic? It's certainly agitation. A jittery display by Behemoth? Surely not. They were favourites here, and they cannot get it out. They can now. And what have they done? Stuck in forward gear. They lifted themselves free of the arena wall, the bottom of the wall, and got themselves wedged on top. Behemoth in real trouble here. Oh, and it gets worse. Oh, and again, they need to get out quickly. Oh, they have done, but slam straight into Mr. Psycho because they're stuck in forward gear. They're not going to try and lift him up. No, 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 no. That is a little bit silly. There they go. Forward gear. Forward gear. Come on, this way. Over here. Another wall over here. Yeah, thank you. Oh, poor old Behemoth. Well, they managed to avoid the pit, but they've slammed into just about everything else there is in the arena. And I think control is gone. That's the power of Matilda's spinning flywheel tail, by the way. You see, they bulldozed their way into another sidewall, and they can't get out, can they? There's no reverse. Look at it. It'll need to be confirmed by Craig when he talks to them afterwards. But I think you'll find that stuck in forward gear. What can they do? All the experience there of 5 previous Robot Wars campaigns. And they're going to be counted down. Semi-finalists way back in the Second Wars. They've grown up with Robot Wars, and well done to them for coming back again and again and again.
Cease.
Driving forward, but driving themselves out.
Well, Behemoth go berserk, completely out of control. They're counted out. Mute go through to the heat final.
What'd you say?
I don't know. Second round again, isn't it?
And what happened?
I've got no idea. Someone started over the top of us and it just locked into fast forward.
They nearly went out, but some magical trick over the top of us, they've locked up the drive into full forward. So for 2-3 minutes there, until we had the link pulled out, it's just going around the arena. We had control of the bucket for some reason, but that's the only way we managed to turn it around using the bucket and go back and forth across the arena. But fortunately, it stopped in a safe position. So.
You're just ping-ponging backwards and forwards after that, weren't you?
Yeah, it said no control.
Because I thought you were stuck on the arena floor, but you weren't. You were just going forward all the time. You couldn't stop it going forward.
Locked in full, fast forward, 12 mile an hour, full whack.
Bit of smoke off the tyres.
Bit of smoke off the tyres.
Yeah.
How long have you been competing in Robot Wars?
Too long now, I think.
And you've never had the best of luck, have you?
No, there's always something gone wrong. It's, this year it was looking beautiful.
10th seed, I thought could be your year. The bucket's working great. It's a lovely looking robot, yours as well.
It's working fine, but obviously some weird, strange things happen.
It's not working that well now, is it?
No, it's just locked into forward.
You're great competitors. We always love having you. I just wish you'd have a little bit of luck one time.
Yeah, so would we.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Behemoth.
Behemoth,
Yeah.
how house robots.
Yeah, we've got some payback to do. It's been, over the years, they've got us in places where it's hurt, so...
Nobody would want to go to places that the house robots take them. In the corner, smash a head in. They're very big, they're very tough, they're very strong.
So we've always seemed to have bad luck with the competitors. So maybe the house robots will do better off. So got a very powerful drive there, so we'll hopefully feed gravity the robots and they'll just chuck them out.
Have a great time out there. Let's hope you don't get too crashed.
From Hemel Hempstead in Hertfordshire, Behemoth.
Affording 6 wars, reached the semi-finals once with the big bulldozer Scoop, a 6-wheeled robot.
From Leeuwarden in Holland, Gravity.
Reached the series semi-finals this time in its first appearance in the UK wars. The teams then Anthony Pritchard and Kane Aston and Behemoth on the left, and WJ, Alex and Jerome and Gravity on the right.
Roboteers, stand by.
And they're taking on the house robots. Growler, Cassius Chrome. There's Mr. Psycho. We have long memories and a long reach.
3, 2, 1, activate.
So you think you're tough enough to withstand Growler? There is nothing quicker across the arena floor than Growler. Gravity thinks he can take on our dog of war. Oh, and he can! Ah! Growler's rolled over for a tummy tickle. This is not going according to plan. Cassius Chrome watches on as Growler... Oh, bit off more than he can chew. Dear, oh dear. Cassius Chrome, let me tell you, he's not the brightest. Overturned by Gravity. And in this house robot rebellion, the house robots are taking a tanking, and Gravity once again takes on the Revbot. So basically, we need Mr. Psycho to do something, and Behemoth behind it. Mr. Psycho's in reverse and crumbling. But Behemoth, it's a puny little axe compared to Mr. Psycho's weaponry, but I'll tell you, if Behemoth can get in behind, they can lift Mr. Psycho up and over. Mr. Psycho flattens down on Gravity's full pressure flipper, sort of a snow speeder type robot, isn't it? The Dutch machine. And it's all down to Mr. Psycho against the rebelling robots. You can see Behemoth trying to lift Mr. Psycho up and over. Mr. Psycho's hammer comes down with the rhythm of a metronome. Decidedly more powerful. Cassius Chrome is now spinning up to full power to knock Behemoth towards the side wall. And I think the house robots are just now beginning to get the grips, aren't they? With the rebellious duo. Cassius Chrome spinning again. Gravity, I think, has been stopped, silenced. Behemoth nagging away there like a little gnat at the back of Mr. Psycho, who turns. What on earth was that tickling me? He says, and the floor flipper. Oh yes, competing brave robots. We are not just about our house robots that are mobile. Didn't we tell you we had the floor flipper, the angle grinders, the pit, the drop zone? Maybe we did forget to tell you. Take us on at your peril. Gravity stopped. Behemoth pushing Gravity towards Mr. Psycho to take the punishment, I think. Maybe to use it as some sort of a battering ram. They hinted at this in the pits, didn't they? Cassius Chrome comes in and separates the duo. I wonder if there is any life left in Gravity. Or Mr. Psycho, for that matter. You can see, sparking at the bottom, you can see Behemoth coming in and attacking Cassius Chrome.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This one is not for the judges. This one's for you lot. Now, if you think the house robots won, make some noise. If you think our contestants won, make some noise! Well, there you go,
consider you to be the unluckiest robot in the history of Robot Wars. Something always goes wrong with the robot at an inopportune moment.
Yes.
But out there, you proved that you can do it.
Yeah, it proves that, you know, we just had a bad state of luck through the years.
Because you battered everything out there then?
Yeah, we drove around.
What were you doing when you were hiding? You looked like you were hiding behind gravity. Were they hiding behind you?
No, they were pushing me into a house robot. I lost drive, so I couldn't get anywhere.
Yeah. Were you hiding behind them?
No, as I say, we were trying to push them in, but there's so much oil down in that bottom corner, the wheels were just spinning.
We started to run out of gas, and they've got loads on board, an incredibly powerful flipper. Why not use them as a weapon? But there's all the house robots cheating a bit there to put oil down to stop us pushing them out, so...
I tell you what, that was fun, wasn't it? What happened to you guys?
When Mr. Psycho hit us with the hammer, it just stopped. Just stopped. Really
all right, guys, that was it. That was the Robot Rebellion. Let's hear it for our Roboteers!
Next up, 4 more crazy cats: Dantomkia, Pussycat, Behemoth, and King Bee Powerworks.
From Hemel Hempstead in Hertfordshire, Behemoth.
They were seeded number 10 for the 7th Wars. Demand respect then.
I have seen you in action, and you are a pretty mean force out there. Who are you going for first?
I think let's try Dantomkia. They're the other flipper in there, the other 2 are not, so I think it's going to be first to get the flipper out and then play with the other 2.
Another machine that has never lost a first-round battle, 6-wheeled with a flipping scoop and axe. Trouble is, it falls into the pit too often when it does succeed.
Roboteers, stand by.
To the team's end, Behemoth, Anthony Pritchard and Kane Aston there on the left, King Bee Powerworks on the right, Simon and Grant, and Pussycat on the left-hand side, Stuart, Amanda and Dantomkia on the right, Michael, Daniel and Stephen. There's Matilda in the arena for the House Robots. And there's Killer Lot 2.
3, 2, 1, activate.
And off we go with the second of the All-Star Championships, first round heats. Please don't take on the House Robots again. I don't think we can stand it. Behemoth under pressure from Dantomkia. I think the ground clearance here could be key. Pussycat is vulnerable. Behemoth has the front scoop to prevent anyone getting in from that angle. Dantomkia trying to prize away under the side, you see there, and lift Behemoth's 100 kilos out! And that's exactly what they do! Out they go, Behemoth tossed simply away by Michael Lambert driving Dantomkia, and 17-year-old Daniel up the weapons, and now they try a carbon copy on King Bee. And out they go.
Cease.
Dantomkia and Pussycat through. Pussycat's done absolutely nothing to get through. And Dantomkia rests its case.